Let's try this again. Hello.
Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing awesome this Monday. I'm here with Dr. Mel Batson. Welcome, Dr. Mel. She's a yogini, climber, slackliner, neuroscientist, nature appreciator. As you can see, she's among some beautiful
Nature.
nature. I think you're in your Mangalore at the moment.
I'm what?
Dr. Mel, you're somewhere around Mangalore at this time, right?
Yes, kind of close to Mangalore. A small town, Adinanka.
Beautiful, beautiful. Mel, our conversation today revolves around the topic of mindfulness because we realize we're in this situation where a lot of us are locked down at our homes, and a lot of people are, kind of losing patience, and they're losing their tempers also, and also things are getting a bit,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
myself included, and I meditate all the time, so it's understandable.
Which is why I reached out to you and I asked you, why don't we have a talk about mindfulness? So to the viewers, let's just start on the topic. They might be asking us now, okay, what is mindfulness? And how do I apply this in everyday life? Like, what would you tell them?
So mindfulness is basically being present in the moment. So evaluating your actions and reactions like on a moment-to-moment basis. So it basically means that you're not going through life with all of your preconceived programming that you set. So say you're going to work in the morning and you're driving to work, right? You might just wake up, eat your breakfast, have your coffee, get in your car or on your bike, and you just go to work. You don't think about where you're driving. You're trying not to hit anyone, which is obvious. That's also kind of just a regular program response. And then you arrive at office. And you might not remember anything about the journey from home to office. You just know that you drove there and you weren't actually paying attention the whole time that you were driving. You weren't paying very good attention. You couldn't name like the kinds of cars that you passed or the people that you passed or the cows that you passed. You wouldn't be able to recall any of these things. Whereas if you had a mindful journey, you may have been paying attention more moment to moment about what each thing that you encountered on your way to work was and how it was affecting your mood, say, when you arrive at the office
Right.
after going through all this traffic, for instance.
So being mindful in everyday life is just paying attention to the smaller things, is what you're saying. Like things that you see around you, you just don't pass them and ignore life. Like the nature around you, right? You're a nature lover.
Yes.
I think you pay attention to the trees, the wind, the birds, these smaller things
Exactly.
around you,
The
right?
small sounds that you hear, checking them out, the pretty flowers that you see. People might say, you might have heard people say the thing, stop and smell the roses. I mean, literally, sometimes you just stop and smell the roses for 5 seconds and appreciate that there are roses in the world and then move about your day. And that's a great thing to do, you know? I'm turning into a monster.
Absolutely. I agree. Another question, since we've done some climbing together, and I've seen you, you're amazing. You do slacklining. The question comes up, mind-body connection. I think a lot of sports people and just people who work out or are into activities like that require a lot of coordination. They would how would okay, mindfulness is something, how would I connect it to my body, like in my actions, how is the mind body what is the mind body connection, and what does it mean when one says that my mind and body are connected?
So in that way, it's like paying attention to your own self. So paying attention to your own body, what your body needs, what your body is capable of doing. So if we take climbing, for instance, if you have a good mind-body connection, then you're very knowledgeable about your limbs. How far can my hand reach? How far can my leg reach? How strong am I? Will I be able to attempt this dyno move or even just when you're hiking around, this can be like a mind-body connection that you're looking at the ground, thinking about where you're going to put your steps. So if you're on a trek, right, you're just walking up a hill. You're going to be much more cognizant. You're going to be paying much more attention to where your feet and your body are than you will be if you're just walking down the street or if you're running around a track that's completely flat, you know. So in some ways, the mind-body connection is forced because you need to have this connection, but then in some ways you can prime yourself to heighten this connection through doing things like yoga and pratyahara and thinking and sitting and thinking about both your body and how your body is responding to the outside stimuli, and also your mind. I mean, this mental part of this as well, that mindfulness and knowing about how your mind is reacting to things. So especially in this situation where a lot of people are sitting at home, probably thinking a lot, worrying a lot, you can extend this from the mind-body connection to the mind-mind connection, if that makes any sense.
Mel, can you go deeper into that? You know, that is something people must be wondering about. How can, people practice mindfulness? How can they develop this mind-body connection? What are some of the things you recommend they do?
So some of the things I recommend, obviously we're all sitting at home. Most people will have the room and the equipment in their house to at least do some sort of meditation, sitting and just thinking, sitting and concentrating on your breath, inhales and exhales, and feeling how it's going through your body and trying to have that be your mind-body connection. Or even just sitting and staring out the window and trying to notice things outside of your window that you haven't noticed before. Just basically taking some time for yourself to slow down and see how things are affecting you. Whether it's your breath, your breathing, whether it's just a small bird that's sitting out on your balcony, or whether it's all of these thoughts that are going around in your head right now, worrisome thoughts or thoughts that you don't have any control over the situation, and how you are responding to those thoughts. So kind of that's the pratyahara part of it, where you think about all of the things that worry you, then also why do they worry you, and can you control it or not? And so like, should you be worrying about it? So there are like 3 different ways to do it: internally, like externally, and then also as a reflection of what's happening inside of you. 3 different ways.
So it all boils down to being aware, like super aware of your surroundings and yourself.
Exactly. And how there's an interaction going on there.
Exactly. Asking yourself the questions.
Yeah. Now is the time to ask yourself the tough questions and give yourself the tough answers. You got time to deal with it.
Exactly, right? I think like anyone coming out of this lockdown should come out, being more aware, more mindful about their surroundings and themselves too, right? So
exactly.
What would you suggest in terms of resources now? Like what should people reach out to, like books, anything they should check out, that could help them in their journey to mindfulness?
Well, I think there are probably tons of books. I personally am really into Kundalini yoga. So if there's a guy, Yogi Bhajan is the guru that I always read his books and his teachings that are telling you basically about these sorts of things. And then there's the Gyaran.
Sorry,
Yogi Bhajan is the Kundalini yoga, and then you'll get a lot of instruction on how to connect with your breath, connect with your energies, and how different energies mean different things in your body, which is very helpful. And then if you don't want to go even further, there's the Gyaran Samhita book. And he talks a lot about Hatha yoga. Basically, it's like the history and reasoning behind Hatha yoga and Pratyahara and Pranayama and why we do all of this. It's a very in-depth book. But if you don't want to go so in-depth, there's tons of people right now putting so many things online. Not just yoga. I mean, yoga and fitness, and I recommend yoga and fitness because it's going to get you in touch with your breath, right? And when you're doing like yoga routines or fitness routines, you can't help but think about the different parts of your body. And you can't help but concentrate on your breathing. And this concentration, I mean, it's good for your body in the first place, that you're going to become a little bit more fit, but then also the concentration that's required to have while you're doing these, it's going to help you to let go of your mind ruts, anything that you're worrying about in your mind. Hopefully you'll let go of that while you're becoming mindful of yourself. And then when you sit down and you try to do your reflection, hopefully you'll have a better understanding of yourself and you'll be coming from a clearer space. If that makes sense.
And that makes a lot of sense. We'll actually be having those the books and the resources. We'll mention them in the comments, guys. You can check it out later. Now we're gonna get to what Mel is doing. Mel, we've been watching you. You're really doing an awesome job. Tell us how you're practicing mindfulness throughout the day. You kind of touched on it. Can you elaborate? Let people know. What are you doing? Let's inspire them.
I am definitely keeping busy. I mean, part of it is that I'm helping coach for this kids camp, which is great. And trying to also be inspirational for the children who are stuck here without their parents. I mean, it's got to be pretty scary for them to be here for 6 weeks or more. They haven't seen their parents in this whole time. And so we don't want to be stressed out around them. They already have like their own thing going on. So I mean, I'm mindful about the way that I'm reacting to things, especially around the kids, and then trying to keep my own cool by doing yoga, meditating. Every morning I have a meditation series that I do when I wake up, the Kundalini Wake Up series, which helps me to raise my energy and try to have that base, basically, that base energy that helps me to stay positive throughout the day, which is I find very helpful. And then, I mean, I really love to move, and I find that movement, it releases endorphins, it makes you happy, it releases stress, and right now we have a lot of stress going on, so I know that a lot of people can't get out and run, but getting out and running around this beautiful farm that I'm on, I don't know if anyone can see how lucky I am to be here. There's like a whole bunch of forest that you can run through behind me, and that's like a challenging run. So it's like I'm not just running and thinking about things. I can't think of anything else except where are you going to put your next foot, because if you don't think about that, you're going to fall and eat it. So you have to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. So doing some kind of movement that challenges you enough to be distracted. The dogs are going nuts. Just a second. Doing a
Excellent.
that challenges you enough to kind of distract your brain from the worries that you have, and then that moves you enough, so like 15 minutes of getting your heart rate up or doing something that's going to help you release those endorphins, which will help you become more happy. I mean, the natural antidepressants we have the ability to release these, and then start to think about things in your day after you've done this. And don't like start out your day thinking on a negative note. That's basically the recipe that I'm trying to follow here.
Excellent.
Meditation, exercise, and
so to recap, guys, right. So let's recap. Let's recap, Mel. Okay, we'll end the talk on a small recap or a nice suggestion or a tip to all our viewers. Let's give them one tip. They want to start practicing mindfulness today. What would you tell them? Movement Ashram, guys, by the way, check Mel's page out, Movement Ashram. She does these wake up series. Shout out to everyone participating. Like, really good work. Let's end this on a nice note, and let's tell them, let them know how they can practice mindfulness starting today.
So I think the most simple way to start practicing mindfulness, even if you're not a super active person, even if you have nothing at your disposal wherever you are quarantined, is to just think inward. I mean, just sit and try to concentrate on your breath. If you're having trouble concentrating on the breath because the thoughts are coming in too much, try and say some sort of mantra, even just like Satnam, Satanama, or acknowledging the thoughts. So this is something that people have trouble with when they start to meditate, is that they will try to not think, which is actually quite difficult. It's not so much as trying to not think or trying to stop your thoughts. It's more that you're not letting your thoughts affect you. So it's okay. You can be mindful of these thoughts. You can say, yes, I do have this thought, but right now it doesn't matter. Right now what matters is my breath. So each time you inhale, You're thinking of good things, and every time you exhale, you're trying to wash away all of these worries and all of these thoughts. And I think that's one of the most easy ways, because you're going to be accepting of the fact that you're having negative emotions or negative thoughts, or I mean, they could be positive thoughts also, but you just don't want to have any thoughts. And then letting them go. And being able to let go is the big first step to calming your mind.
Awesome, Mel. Thank you so much, Mel, for your time. And guys, you heard it. Letting go and being aware, two key things. Excellent. I'm going to practice that myself.
Nice.
And I
Thanks,
hope
Roy.
everyone's going to keep safe and keep active, guys. Movement Ashram and Leon Fit.
Yep,
there for you.
He's got a lot of good exercises
balance
for you that you can do without any equipment as well. So that's great. Some good stuff going on.
Exactly, guys. Awesome. So thanks, Mel. We'll probably catch up again soon, and I wish you all the luck.
You too, Roy. Good times. See you soon. Stay safe.